Okay, boom, viewers, welcome back to the channel. Subscribers, you already know the thing set. We're blessed. You also know the story incomplete. If minute upon the beating is can't see upon the screen. Not a good look. The scene's playing out this morning, my people. It's not a good look. This man say, as you know, police unalive twep twep baby daddy gets today in Craigtown earlier this morning. Listen, my people putting in the comment section what you think about that, because I'm not gonna lie to you, when I got the news from the sender, I didn't even realize it was twep twep baby daddy till I really, investigated who this individual is, because me hear the name guest before. I know me posted an individual with guest before. And boom, when me find the file, a twep twep baby daddy. You see what I say? But nevertheless, people, we have some interesting details to tell you what went down this morning. Obviously, this is not the scene that went down this morning. This is a previous video with guests that we had in our files. Because like I said, I knew I posted this individual before. So, this was several months ago, probably 4, 5, 6 months, probably a year ago. This video right now, you see, man, said them lock up guests and in mother. I think they said they went to go thief some goats or whatever, you see, man, said. But from them time there, we see say, Babylon did dep on him, but me never know say he was a reputed gang leader. Yeah. And that's according to Andre Media, at one of these journalists that works at the Glean, and you feel me? He is the one that reported earlier that reputed gang leader was fatally, you know what, and things, you know what I mean? But like I said, we got some intricate details now, and we can tell you that the police, them unalive guests in front of him that he has with Twetwem. Putting out the comment section what you think about that. No, this is a big sentence, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get a statement. We're going to find out if they had a warrant. You see, I say, you already know the bogey story them with Babylon and people from the ghetto. You know what I mean? Yeah, but condolences to Twep Twep. You see, I say, she's in America right now. I think she has, what she needs to be in America. She get through. But yeah, you already know funeral settings is in my summer people. But if she makes a statement, I'll be sure to let her know what going for that to go on. You see me? Yeah, let's proceed to the next. Okay, people, this thing with Marky is still on a lot of people's minds. You see what I say? As you already know, I did several reviews already, but it's good to listen to other people. So I was sent this lady's video on her take on the situation that happened. Because, he went to court yesterday, but nothing happened. You see what I say? So there's still a lot of speculations. You see me?
January 14th at 9 a.m. Nothing happened. An adjournment hearing basically is, I don't want to call it a status hearing, but it's kind of a status hearing. As I mentioned before, it's basically the judge keeping the case alive to make sure things are moving along. The judge basically wants to know, what is your next move? Are we extraditing him? Are there new charges? Are we releasing him? What's going on? Today, they only reschedule the hearing for January 30th. Initially, the next adjournment hearing was January 27th, so I assume that's all that happened today. No material change happened. There's still no formal charges that are made aware to the public, and there's a lot of speculation going on about maybe there might be a sealed indictment. That's not completely ruled out. It's quite possible, but I don't see that. Okay, in my line of work in the past, usually when there's a sealed indictment with certain access, you will see the charges, but it will say sealed indictment next to it. Like, it will literally not allow me to read the details of the indictment. This case, when I looked it up, there's nothing. No sealed or unsealed. But things might be different in New York. I don't know. But let me address something that I constantly see coming up in my comments, because if you've been following my initial video, I have always said this has something to do with Marky and his real estate activities in Georgia. Many are speculating that it's real estate fraud. I don't know if there's a real estate investigation going on about real estate fraud. Here's what I do know. Marky was a licensed real estate agent in Georgia. Currently, when I checked the Fulton County Clerk of Court's public records, Marky have numerous cases involving landlords and unpaid rent and writ of possession of property going as far back as 2023. Now, initially when I saw this, I was not alarmed because I said, hey, he's a real estate agent, so I don't know, but maybe this has something to do with him being a real estate agent. But no, I realize these are apartment complexes. It is not common for a real estate agent to be named as the primary defendant in so many cases. So let me break down to you guys what I think may have happened. This is just an educated guess and not based on any facts. I do not know anything about Marky and this active case going on that yoked him up at the airport and have him remanded without bail right now. Nobody knows what's the real story. I just did my own investigation and found out a few things, and it's putting the puzzle pieces together. Now you take this information and do with it whatever you may. Okay? So, on the public court records for Fulton County, Georgia, going as far back as 2023, Marky has pages and pages, like at least three pages worth of cases involving landlord and tenant unpaid rent cases. Now, the ones in 2023 and 2024, I noticed a lot of those were closed out or disposition. Disposition means the case is closed, it's been resolved, whether there was a default judgment entered against Marky or he paid, settled, whatever the case may be, those are closed. We're not worried about those. And then now, currently, in the year 2025, he has some open cases still for the same thing. His most recent case was filed in November 2025. Now, being the little investigator that I am, I did some more digging and discovered that Marky no longer lives in the state of Georgia as early 2025. I want to say around March. He publicly posted that he purchased his first home on Instagram. He did not say where. I discovered the house is in Jersey. So he fled the state of Georgia with these open cases regarding unpaid rent, landlord versus tenant, and all the tenants name Markie Markland as the defendant. So this tells me all those leases were in his name. Now, what is suspicious is it's quite unlikely that he lived in so many different apartments over the course of 1 year and decided not to pay rent on any of them. Now, we see Marky lifestyle online. He travels a lot. He dresses nice. So we're like, you could afford to pay, so why didn't you pay? Stick up in. Now, if you work for the courthouse, you're a magistrate. A magistrate is something like a judge. And you notice the same defendant has multiple cases coming in, and you got to be reading these motions, signing orders back to back to back. It's going to raise a red flag. Now, I'm assuming that's what happened, and the judge or the magistrate said, wait a minute, this is smelling like some sort of real estate fraud. This man has too many properties being defaulted for unpaid rent in the same year, all luxury apartments. He's not living in all these apartments. So is he subleasing? Meaning he got the apartments in his name and then turned around and rented to somebody else who was supposed to pay Marky rent, and Marky pocketed the money and did not pay the actual landlord, the real owner for the place. Or was he obtaining all these apartments on behalf of somebody else who was not paying that? That's not legal. But there is instances where people commit real estate fraud. You've seen this on TVs, on shows all the time, where people will rent out properties that do not belong to them, collect people deposit and all their money, and run off. And next thing you know, there's a sheriff at your door with an eviction notice. And you're like, but I've been paying my rent. What happened? They're like, oh, surprise, this house is under foreclosure. Or, no, that is not the real landlord. Someone been pocketing your money. That is real estate fraud. So when people keep saying that, oh, you can't go to jail for not paying your rent. No, you cannot. But if the scenario that I just described is what happened, and I don't know that's what happened, and right now there's no federal case that I can see. The federal agents were involved is because he was detained at the airport. And if you're being detained at the airport, that's federal jurisdiction. It will be a federal agent that detains you. But right now he's in New York State custody, not federal. But federal will get involved if, let's say, for instance, hypothetically speaking, he was committing this type of fraud, like fronting, like, this is my place, I'm the landlord, pay me, pocketing the money and not paying the real landlord for the unit. And next you know, these people are out on the street and Marky's traveling. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, putting at the comment section where you think about that. I think that's the same thing I basically said in my initial review. This is a sealed indictment, but we're just giving you some more updates on the situation in case we had missed anything. So big up that lady there, but sending her condolences to TWEP TWEP. If there's any more updates on this situation, she gives a statement, I'll be sure to let you know. So do the right thing. Like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I drop the latest in the dancehall news, music reviews, and gossips. Bless.